Jujutsu Kaisen. And with that being said, I'm going to pass the baton over to Josh.
Okay. Jujutsu Kaisen, chapter number 212. Last week we had informative chapter. A lot of information, a lot of new things going down. I wasn't super emotional.
No, not at all.
Over Angel. I wasn't. I think I'm not being sarcastic.
You were fair and balanced, I would say.
That's pretty. Yeah, I was perturbed slightly, but anyway, last week, a few things went down. Like I said, we had our main characters regroup to discuss what the plan was, rehash what the rules of the game was, and what the next step is, which was to bring Megumi's sister into the colonies so that she can spend 100 points to substitute herself out and be safe. Because that was one of the main objectives that was established early, right?
Mm-hmm.
Humanity second, Megumi's sister first.
Yes.
So, right. However, all of that turns on its head when it is revealed that the sister is the awakened type. A sorcerer from the past infiltrated her body. Awakened in her body, I guess, possessed her, and yeah, that was that. That was the gist of it, guys. Pretty crazy. I didn't see it coming.
No.
Megumi himself says that too in this chapter at some point, and I just had to say, yeah, I agree with you. How could I have not seen? I didn't consider that for a fucking moment.
Yeah.
Anyway, we begin chapter 212, the ripening part 2, with his sister saying, Megumi. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I seen her in a wheelchair, I thought she was just sickly or something like that. But I had to ask, do you know why she's been in a slumber for so long, Chris?
Yeah, she was like cursed at some point and put into a comatose state. And that's why she hasn't been an active participant for most of the series, is that she's been out of commission. And she recently woke up when Kenjaku at the end of the Shibuya arc did his whole thing to start the culling game in the first place.
Right. And well, we can argue that what awakened her was
something else.
was something
else.
It wasn't her that woke up. She's still asleep. Yeah, so. But I guess this is a conversation. Oh, right. So we cut to a conversation that happens prior. I think like right when the culling game began, like you said, because she woke back up, right? So
yeah.
This is so interesting because I didn't have the same perspective when I was reading the chapter initially. But yeah, so he's having a conversation with who he thinks is his sister at the time, and she's acting really familiar with him, right? In such a way that wouldn't throw him off. You know what I'm like? So it makes sense, and they also kind of explain how it works in a few. But so yeah, they have a little conversation. Then we cut back to the rooftop situation right before Megumi's sister reveals herself to, not be her. Itadori's kind of monologuing to himself like, all right, I can see it all. I can see the end game. The end of the series is right in front of me. Okay? It won't be long before we save Fushigogos. No, I'm sorry. I meant the people. It won't be long before my man Fushigoro's safe, right? And his family and all that, because that's what matters, number one, right? Bet. Then Angel could smoke Sukuna and me, no problem. I have no problem
I'm
with
fine
that.
with that. I have
That
made my
is
peace.
okay.
By
right?
me, at least.
Then we're going to free the Gojos, and then he's going to pack everybody that's bad up, like in the good old days. He's like, yeah, that's it. That we got this. As far as I see it, there's no problem in this plan whatsoever.
Everything's going real swimmingly.
He even starts to contemplate, like, maybe I should have done it sooner. I could have helped Fushiguro and disappeared. When he says done it sooner, I wonder if he's implying 8 more Sukuna fingers, because that's what he's doing. I don't
I
know
think
what
that's
he's
what he
talking about.
means. I think that's what he means. I guess like he should have gotten, like, he should have eaten it sooner and been a more factor of the game a little earlier, like in the span of the series as a whole. I guess. I don't know. That's what I'm supposing, because the background image is him eating a finger. So I think he means that, like, I should have eaten this finger sooner. You know?
Right, because it's not like he knew about the situation with Angel. They didn't have a feasible way to erase Sukuna. You know what I'm saying? And some of those fingers are still out there somewhere, right?
Yeah, there's still like 5 left. He's eaten the majority.
Yeah,
of
it's
them.
not a lot. Yeah, I know like people had like a bunch of them, like bundles. He was able I thought that's what the series was going to be, them finding the fingers, but Jujutsu Kaisen does that a lot. I'm gonna save that thought actually for the end, because I want to make a point about that. Yeah. So anyway, right. So he even Itadori continues to say, like, he's appreciative of them, that they even gave him a role to play in the situation, which that's such an Itadori thing to say. He's so humble, man. His humility knows no fucking bounds. Like, he if you ask me, he contributes a lot and he's helped out a lot and he's carved a niche for himself. He could have been a nuisance in situations where he hasn't been, but he still looks at it like, man, like, I had this creature in me that was truly the source of all of this, all of the problems in this jujutsu world. So I get it. I get the weight of it.
For sure.
Yeah. These moments, it's not about me kind of rationalizing it to make sense. It's about, I guess, Gigi Akutame kind of showing that this is who Itadori is 24/7. And I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
The consistency. Anyway, let's move forward with the chapter. We finally cut to where last week's chapter left us off, where not Megumi's sister creates a rule to allow entry and exit across colony borders, like Makoto Kawamoto.
Yeah.
I'll break that down another time. Everyone's shocked. And they're like, what? Like, why? And yeah, Megumi asks, like, who are you? And she screams at him, I guess. I'm your big sister, with Aizen's lines in the back.
Yeah, for real.
I don't know. This is creepy.
Yeah.
This is creepy as fuck. I don't think I've ever seen Megumi's face look like this. Yep. This is 2 weeks, basically back to back, where he hasn't looked okay.
Yeah, he's taken pretty significant L's
at all.
He's hit some pretty hard walls.
Yeah, right. That's his "I'm not in control of anything" face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to those that struggle with that shit. I struggle with control. It's all about understanding that there are things you can't control, and there's certain things there's no way in this world you're ever gonna be able to control.
Exactly.
So let it go. Wow. I don't know how I would react to my sister acting this way.
Not good.
Yeah, probably something of a similar sort. So this is when Gigi takes a moment to kind of like explain to us how how these people even awaken inside of other people in the first place. And he uses an example of Sukuna and an Angel in of itself, where no, not Angel. I'm only assuming with Angel that it could get to that point, but with how Sukuna is able to just take over Itadori's flesh, but he still has access to his memories and shit. That's how she was able to be so familiar with Megumi and make her, believe that's his sister, because the sorcerer basically is that person in everything but shared their own experiences. It's kind of crazy. It's a really crazy concept. It kind of makes me think about Undead Unluck in a way.
Yeah.
With their Remember artifact, but we'll get into that, I guess, later on in this pod. So anyway, right. So very plausible. I get it. They take over the body. We didn't see it coming. Very nice twist. Gigi is very good at subverting expectations. Have we said that about the series before?
Probably.
I would imagine. But I'm gonna wax poetic about that in a few. Right. So he's just like, why? Like, what? All this time you was like that. You was awake. You was this other person. Like the fuck? Why? For what? Why was you chilling? And they was like, look, like you came to me with your plans. You gave me the points for free. You know, I ain't mad at that. So right. I'm gonna choose what. Look, she's like, I've been asleep for 1,000 years. I'm ready to fight. And I want to choose who I want to fight, and I want to choose who I'm going to fight. And my first opponent is Sukuna.
Yeah. Everybody wants a piece of Sukuna.
What? Everyone wants to fight that nigga, especially from the past.
Everybody.
They should just fight Gojo.
Yeah, that's like
he's really the one.
Electric kid, the electric guy, Angel, Sukuna, and Yorozu. Her name is like the spirit.
Yeah.
Yorozu.
Mm-hmm.
They all want to fight Sukuna.
There was other. I'm sure there was other people too.
Yeah.
I mean, also the general Jujutsu organization. One, you know.
Yep.
A lot of man. Sukuna's a popular guy.
Mm-hmm.
So right. So she sprouts these cool butterfly wings. Actually, pretty cool. I like.
Yeah.
And she just says, "I'm out."
Peace.
And then they're like, right. So then Itadori and Angel are about to team up and go after Megumi's fake sister when we hear it in chain from the mouth of Sukuna off of Itadori's face. And we are reminded that they set a condition where when he says in chain, he gets to take over his body for 1 minute, and that he cannot kill anybody that he cares about.
Or anybody in general.
Or he can't kill people.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Right. And that also he'll forget about the agreement.
Yes.
Right. So so he activates out of no fucking where. Right? I have a theory. I think it was a little bit of he heard that call out and said, all right.
Too many people calling me out.
Right. I've heard
the whole verse is calling me out, and I'm tired of it.
Anyway, let's just move forward. So he chokes out Angel immediately. He hits like a pressure point and she just drops. Right. And he's like, can't kill anybody. God damn it.
For 1 minute.
Right. for a minute.
I actually don't remember that part of it. I remember that he wasn't supposed to kill anybody. But
didn't he kill everybody in Shibuya?
Well, that wasn't part of it. Like, he didn't say in chain. So that technically wasn't part of that agreement. He just kind of leaked through in that moment, I believe.
Okay. I see.
Like this right now, when he came out saying in chain, that was the agreement.
So Megumi's looking at this nigga in disbelief. Like, why now? What happened? You really want to fight her that bad? That's my sister, bro.
Come on, dude.
Like, chill. All right. So, Sukuna just ignores him. Like, who are you, bro? Who are you, little? Well, actually, he has a lot of respect for Megumi.
Yeah.
My bad. But Sukuna's like, let me try something out. So he swells up a bunch of energy in his pinky, rips it off because I guess that was the grossest and quickest thing he could think of.
No, he did that for a reason, for sure.
No, I know. I just had to add that this is Jujutsu Kaisen, and it's just like, why? Why did it have to look that way? I don't want to see elite. That shit skeeved me, man.
Oh yeah.
So he looks at his finger ripped off, and he says, "Wow, this fucking idiot." He actually says that boy is such a dumb. He's like, that bad, and I heard anyone didn't include him. And that's so Itadori.
Yeah,
that is so Itadori. Like he cares so little about his own health.
Yeah.
The American healthcare system would love him.
They would.
Anyway, yeah, they would. So while Sukuna is I guess jerking himself off about his newfound knowledge, Megami starts to unload his ultimate technique that he's been hiding since the beginning of the series, I guess. And Gigi pulling out one of the holiest of manga tropes. It's I can only catch an attitude about it in My Hero Academia. That's the only place I can truly be mad about it, because there's no build up to anything ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Brian's not here. So chats. Anyway, so Megami's starting to load up his strongest move ever. And Sukuna knows that it's a threat. So he stops him immediately at the speed of sound, I'm assuming.
At the speed of sound.
And then opens up his mouth and shoves the Sukuna finger down.
Yep.
Pause. I had to pause that.
No, you gotta pause it. I understand.
I gotta pause that.
You gotta pause it.
Yeah. And he says, "Remember when I said we'd see something interesting, boy?"
Yeah.
Boy, I was interested. I was shocked.
Well, you didn't explain what happened. You just said you just read the dialogue.
Sorry. I saw. Yeah. Megami transforms into Sukuna as Itadori looks at him in horror, like, "Oh no, not my best friend."
Yep.
Me. It should be me. Please.
No.
Let me be the problem guy. Not the people I care about.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the end of the chapter, guys. I mean, fun stuff.
Oh yeah.
So, Chris, I know you got some thoughts, but I want to talk about something real quick, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, about Jujutsu Kaisen and how they subvert expectations, almost to the point that it's fucking annoying. Because this is the thing. This is how Akutame does this, right? He will literally outline the arc. You know what I'm saying? In real time, in the pages, the people will be explaining what the fucking plan is. And then the next chapter, some crazy shit happens.
Yeah.
And none of what they was talking about goes down. It happens a lot. And I don't know why it took me so long to kind of pinpoint, like, that's the Jujutsu Kaisen twist. Like, that's his niche right there. And because they had a plan. It was about, because look, shit is already hitting the fan. That's the thing.
Yeah.
This nigga already won.
Yeah, it's already a not good situation.
Right. So they're just trying to make his sister safe on top. Like, they're just like, all right. We have a really bad situation to deal with. Let's at least save my sister, and then we'll deal with, oh my God, what the fuck? Like, what, out of the frying pan into the fryer, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's the saying,
yeah.
Man.
Up Shit's Creek without a paddle.
Up Shit's Creek without a paddle. It's almost like he hates his characters. I'm gonna challenge you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just had to gush about that. Who's seen this? Who's seen this coming?
Not me. I'll tell you that much.
Nobody called this shit.
Nobody called it. I want to meet the man who called it.
Bro, he was writing this chapter. It was like,
ooh, he was writing this chapter, and Sukuna took over his body in the middle of it.
Yeah. Right.
It was like,
I'm in this chapter now, bitch.
Yo, he's in the middle of writing the chapter, and then he goes in chain, and then all of a sudden,
this is what he does. For 10 seconds, he finishes the chapter how he wants it, and for the remaining 50, he just destroys everything around him. And then becomes as much of a nuisance as possible for him to wake up to.
He woke up the next day with the chapter being completely different from what he wrote.
Right.
It's like,
and his mattress on the roof.
Oh, yeah. For good measure, I guess.
Yeah.
With
cream in his sneakers.
Were those all your thoughts?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
No, I mean, if you have any more.
I don't think so. Why don't you go?
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that
Jujutsu... this is really good.
Oh. Let me finish. I think we're on the same track here. Honestly, it is safe to say that Jujutsu Kaisen went fucking crazy this week.
It did go fucking crazy this week. It did.
It is my really good chapter of the week. Your really good chapter of the week.
It is. I'm not even going front.
It is tied at this point for the really good chapter of the week for the audience. So,
let's be clear.
It's not a harmonic.
We're gonna get to it when we get to it. There's another one that's right there, but I gotta give it to Jujutsu.
Jujutsu Kaisen was insane. I'm gonna give it an unified really good chapter of the week.
Unified
Sure,
RGC. Unified RGC. Unified RGC.
Crazy work, bro.
Yeah.
Crazy work.
Yeah, everything escalated so quickly and so wonderfully. It is so crazy how the ancient sorcerers, no matter what situation you put them in, they're always like a step ahead of people. Like they always got a leg up. They just know this world better. I feel like the sorcerers from before times, all these reincarnated sorcerers, they know how to play the game of curse technique and all this shit on such a level that modern sorcerers can't even fucking fathom. And I think a lot of these sorcerers had such a reliance on Gojo being this fucking demigod that there's no way they could have they could stack up against these people who were scrapping for centuries.
Right. Who this was every day against all the people that was living they survived.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not trained and sustained and nourished. These people just survived many encounters.
Yeah.
Whether it was voluntarily or involuntarily.
Yeah. It's funny. I'm on the Shibuya arc right now in my reread. And it's crazy. That entire arc was literally so they can seal Gojo. Because I feel like Geto Kenjaku knew that if they take away Geto, these fucking new sorcerers don't stand a chance against ancient ones. Not even for a second. It was such a crazy, and these moments would really make you feel the reliance that this world has on Gojo.
You're so right, because think about it. Who are the sorcerers that actually put up a fight? Okotsu.
Yeah.
Mr. Rishi.
Yeah.
That's his name now.
Mr. Rishi.
I do know that his name is Chikara, right?
Chikara.
Not Chikara.
Hakari?
Hakari. Wow. It's the Kari. Chikara. Hakari. Well, I guess I didn't know his name. But he is Mr. Rishi. That is, yeah.
Yeah.
Those two fought.
Yeah.
Yuki fought and lost. Granted, the Kens, but to Kensingtons, but I don't know. Yeah, you're right. I mean, look at the guy that Hikari fought. He barely won.
Yeah,
he barely won.
He won because he's
getting lucky.
Yeah, because he keep playing his luck and he just knows how to play his luck really well. But a lot of people would have been smoked by that guy.
Itadori would have got bodied.
Oh my god, I
think Sukuna might have been like, shit, you're strong.
Yeah, I mean, this is such a masterful chapter. Honestly, I know it's February, but one of my favorite chapters of the year so far. Just the pacing of everything, how immediately they just hit us with a fucking ton of bricks. And I really felt hopeless for everybody reading this. I was like, God damn, everything went to shit so fast. And they were doing well, up to this point. They were we went through so much shit up to this point. How many battles have already been fought in the culling game to get them just to get one person safe? You know what I mean? It's wild. All this shit. And all for that for them to be played by another ancient sorcerer who's just chilling this whole time.
Yeah. He's and that's what was so cool, that it wasn't a situation where she didn't have to do anything. She awakened and was like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to chill. This is not my body. They put two and two together because they already have that suspension of disbelief because they're in the cursed world. You know what I'm saying? I love who said that. Was that Kenjaku that coined that phrase?
What?
He must have lived in a cursed world or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, something. Anyway.
Yeah. And the way
Yeah, like they just know, like she just knew, like, yeah, I don't have to start going berserk in this hospital or wherever the fuck she's at. She's like, I'm gonna bide my time. But they spoke to her. They can't. As soon as she awakened, Megumi came and explained to her what they was doing. So I guess she knew, like, all right, I'll bide my time, and they'll either come back and the plan will work, and I'll be able to do what I want to do, like what happened now, or the plan won't work, and she'll just go to the fucking colony and do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
Win-win.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff is going on. Yorozu, the new sorcerer, is one thing, but Sukuna, like, paying off this thing that's been this little binding vow that's been a thing since the beginning of the series almost. I think they were like 20 chapters in when they made this deal, and yeah, to see it like just paid off in this interesting way, it only begs the question: is why now? Like this specific moment, I wonder. Like, we made the joke is like all these people are calling him out, and maybe he's just like kind of excited by that prospect. But the thing is, we don't know a whole lot about Sukuna himself. We just know he's a fucking prick and an asshole, you know.
And the source of all cursed energy.
I don't know if he's the source. He's just like the greatest who's ever lived. He's like the GOAT of this whole thing.
I thought that's why they were trying to get all the fingers together to destroy. They destroy that because they.
I don't know if
right. I think that you're right. It's just the greatest. It's the largest source, and if they get rid of that, then everything else would be much more tame.
Yeah,
there'll always be cursed energy, right?
Yeah, I think you just got to get rid of the strongest guy if you can.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wonder why now. Why he chose a specific moment. I wonder if it has anything to do with Yorozu. Like, he noticed that Yorozu's back and he's like, all right, now. I wonder if there are people who like want to fight him, but like they don't want to kill him. They just want to like spar and shit. Because all these sorcerers, all they love is scrapping. When they were back in the day, that's all they ever wanted to do was fight. So I don't know.
Their abilities. And use their wicker basket simple domain.
Yeah.
They loved that shit back then.
Oh, yeah. And like him ripping off the finger and feeding it to Megumi. This panel where it looks like Megumi's head exploded. I'm like, did he just die?
No way.
Please don't kill Megumi right now. I wouldn't put him past him. Jujutsu Kaisen can be very heartless. You know what it is? It just reminds me of like Power and Aki from Chainsaw Man.
Like, yeah, or
you know,
Nobara.
Yeah, with Nobara as Power dying.
God is a motherfucker.
Fucking Megumi as Aki dying. Oh, the tank top.
Yeah, it's hot as hell in this room.
Yeah. No, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just like see that parallel. I'm not saying that was intentional, but it is crazy. I wouldn't be the biggest fan of it just because on an emotional level, but I wouldn't put it past them to get rid of both Nobara and Aki, not Aki, Megumi as like that kind of dynamic. But man, what a sad thing for Itadori too, because he made this deal. You know, he couldn't possibly know that this was going to be played. This is like a chess match. You know, this is another...
So you look at this like this is the moment it's paying off.
For at least that little plot point of the binding vow between Itadori and Sukuna.
Okay, so I see why that distinction was even more important that you made earlier when during the Shibuya arc when he didn't stay in chain, he just took over his body.
Mm-hmm.
I think Itadori let him, right? It was like different.
I think so. I think he let him. I have to like I'm close to that part. I just haven't gotten there yet. I'm actually like I finished pretty much when they fought that old man that had the inverse technique.
Yeah,
Megumi and Itadori. Oh, and the Toji came back like in that zombie form.
Yeah,
that's where I left off. That was crazy.
But okay, well, regardless, I actually forgot why I was even bringing that up.
Oh, yeah.
So the point I'm trying to say is I don't think this is like the moment. I think this is something that's going to happen throughout the series. I don't think it's because he says it's whenever I say it. I don't think he was like, I don't think that point was for this moment. I think that's just something that was established, but it's still, to me, it's still awesome because it's not like he plays on it all the time, but it's completely random. You know, we know that there's reasoning. Sukuna has his reasoning, but as of right now, it's so spontaneous. I think it's going to happen a few more times, especially because Itadori is going to forget that that's even a thing. He's probably going to wonder what happened.
No, he's out of the body entirely. He won't know what happened or how it got to this point, but I think like Sukuna is completely out of Itadori's body and he's fully in Megumi. Like this was his plan this whole time, was to bide his time until a moment where he could just transfer over to Megumi. Because Itadori's body was like resisting him. Remember, he couldn't fully take over Itadori.
Wow.
Like Itadori had a power over him for a while, even with 15 fingers, you know? Like Itadori was holding him back. But Megumi probably doesn't have that same kind of resistance.
Well, I guess we'll see. I didn't
You see when
think of that.
He put all his cursed energy in that finger.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
That's what that was.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, he went like, this is me. I'm in here. Sha! I'm going to feed you. And now you're All Might. Now you have All for One. Or One for All.
And he's missing a finger.
Oh my God. I forgot.
And he doesn't have that.
Itadori's finger just doesn't heal. My God. That sucks.
Man. They are in a tough spot.
Dude, I'm saying these ancient sorcerers are fucking savages, dude.
Sukuna included.
You can't fall for shit with these guys. They'll fuck you over so hard with no remorse. I love that. I love that there's like, you know, there's this trope, you know, the inner demon within each shonen character. I love that they kept Sukuna. We're not friends ever. Don't come at me with this friendship thing.
So even if you do, I'll fake. I'll be like, yeah.
We cool. I fucking hate you. Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah.
I think that's it's weird that that's like a subversion at this point, to have just like an inner demon that is an inner demon no matter what you do. But I think it's that.
Right. It's not this I mean, who knows? There's still maybe this is Itadori we're talking about.
You know,
but he's also different because he's not trying to make friends with everybody.
No.
He just cares about what the fuck he cares about.
Mm-hmm.
He is cool. I need to reread Chainsaw Man. Wow. Well, that's what I'm looking at right now. But I need to reread this series to kind of get a better feel of Itadori.
Honestly,
he's kind of like, I don't know. I look at him so different now. You know what I mean? He's so a part of everything.
Yeah.
He's not this outsider anymore. You know what I mean?
I highly recommend it, man. Like rereading it has been so fun. Jujutsu Kaisen. And it goes by like that. Like most of the series is fight scenes. But yeah, I think that's all I gotta say. This was such a fantastic fucking chapter. What a cliffhanger.
Worth the 50 minutes we spent to talk about it.
Yeah, it is just like the fucking gravity of it and the fact that, you know, I remember this like one panel with way back when, you know, that kid that Itadori was hanging out with that he couldn't save. And like,
yes,
there was a moment where like Itadori is begging Sukuna to save him, and then Sukuna just laughs at him, you know, and then he's just remembering, is like, oh right, how could I forget? These guys are curses. It's like they're
right. They love this shit.
Yeah, this whole thing is what they live for, you know? And the fucking gravity.
Yeah, it is what they live for.
Yeah. And, you know, you could just feel the menacing gravity of what just happened. This is not in any way, shape, or form a good thing. Like, there's no latent power. There's no secretly turning Sukuna into a good guy. Sukuna is an antagonist, a moving and running around and fighting antagonist right now. And I'm so fucking excited.
I have no idea what's about to happen.
I can guess. Here's my guess. I think Itadori is going to fight him for a little while.
Huh.
you know, and obviously it's Sukuna at 15 fingers. The guy decimated an entire city with, I think, with
Itadori's not ready for that.
no, not at all. But I do think that Angel's gonna wake up because she didn't get knocked out. Or she only got knocked out. I mean, she wasn't killed. So I think there's gonna be an Angel versus Sukuna match, and if that's the truth, I'm here for it. Angel's an ancient sorcerer too, so
I don't think it's gonna happen because not now because he knocked her out. I think that was the whole point. Granted, maybe the other thing will awaken.
That's what I'm
but
saying.
I don't know.
that's what I'm saying is that like Itadori, she's knocked out, so Itadori is gonna fight him for a while, and then comes in for the save is Angel, and then we get to see her technique, her domain potentially, what her fucking ability is,
Right.
and then maybe Nobara shows up.
Is this how it be feeling?
I have a distinct feeling
Is
that
this how it
like
feels?
to save Megumi, Nobara is gonna have to pull up somehow, some way. That's a long shot. That's my little Hail Mary. I'm fully understanding that that's not a. Ah!
Hopefully, we catch that. All right.
That's my little Hail.
Let's see if we get.
I think the Angel thing.
right?
I think the Angel thing might happen. The Nobara thing is a more of a long shot for me.
Sure. Yeah.
But
Yeah. So yeah, the Angel is third and 20,
yeah,
and Nobara is the, you know,
the end zone.
lining up Zeke at center.
Yeah. Oh, how about them boys? What's behind you, Josh? Is that a Cowboys poster?
That's one of the greatest teams ever in organized sports.
Goddamn.
Sure is.
Goddamn.
Hey, I was alive for a couple of those. All right.
Mhm.
That one I got right there, Dallas Cowboys versus Buffalo Bills, January 30th, 1994. I was alive and breathing, and I'm fairly certain I was looking at the TV with the game on.
You were staring in the general direction of the TV with the game on. Hey, I'm happy for you. I was a fully sentient being when I saw the Giants beat the Patriots. Twice.
Tom Brady.
Yeah. Enjoy it.
Tom Brady, Pat Cowboys packed them out. But yo, it couldn't have went Ari. Anyway, let's move forward.
Fantastic chapter.
Chainsaw Man.
My God. Read
Yeah,
Jujutsu Kaisen.
great chapter.
Whew, let's go.